we got up here? Oh, it's a brother. Let's see if he waves. Hell yeah, he waved. What's up? Going to get me a bagel. If this place is busy, I'm gonna be angry. How busy is it? How busy is it? Oh my god, it's pretty crazy busy. Up with this one, and to be completely honest, this bike with 50,000 miles has been the most reliable, one of the most reliable vehicles in general I've ever owned. I got some bad news. It looks like I am skipping the coffee today. We just had water with the bagel. We just had water, and it was fine. It was fine. You don't need coffee every day, bros. You don't need coffee every day. Don't get too dependent on caffeine. Don't get too dependent on anything in your life, you know? How about that? Don't get too dependent on anything. Everything's always gonna change. Everything always should be changing, at least, right? You don't want to stay stagnant. That's how you get stuck. No way. Oh, a beaver. A beaver. Look at the beaver. 50,000 mile bike things. Now that we got the bagel, I think I've got a spot to go eat it at. Boys, I got a spot to go eat this bagel. Bagel. Some people make fun of me for the way I say it. How do you guys say it? Bagel, bagel. What up, and welcome. Today we're on a bike with 50, I don't know if you guys can see it, 50,000 miles. So, I'll be telling the story of how I got this bike, why I ride it, why I continue to ride it, you know, all that fun stuff. So, my very first bike was a Ninja 500, you know, carbureted. That was fun, learning all about that. So I rode that bike for a long time. And also, my very first bike, my Ninja 500, it only had like, I don't know, 11,000 or like something really low like that. Like the bike only had like 14,000 miles when I got rid of it. Oh lady, I'm trying to go this way too. Thank you. Anyways, and I rode the piss out of that bike, right? Like it had, I think I got it, you know, I put like 6,000-7,000 miles on it in like the very first year that I had it. And it was a great bike, but it had a ton of issues. Partially just because I was a new rider and, you know, I didn't know like how fucking carburetors worked, stuff like that. It still seemed like there was a lot of issues for that bike for as low of mileage as it had. It was a 2008, by the way, 2008 Ninja 500 with like, you know, 12,000 miles. I don't know. I don't remember the exact mileage. I have to look at some pictures. Go look at some pictures of it. But either way, I bought it with really low mileage. I only put like 5,000 or 6,000 on it. I had problems with it the whole time, right? Eventually, when the engine grenaded, so that bike blew up, right? And next, I was like, all right, so it's time to move up. You know, that was the beginner bike, whatever. Naturally, I start looking at R6s, dude. So I find myself a R6. Well, I start looking at, you know, any, like, whatever I could afford, honestly. How long is that blinker on? Embarrassing! Happens to all of us, baby. Happens to all of us. Anyways, so I get this R6, right? It was a 2002, which unfortunately is also still carbureted. It's still carbureted. I get this 2002 R6. No fuel issues or carburetor issues or anything like that. The bike rips. I mean, I own it for about a week, and let's just say I will. That'll be separate. Maybe I can do a separate, like, what went wrong with every bike that I had. You know what I mean? Type dealio. So anyways, I have problems with R6. What do we got up here? Oh, it's a brother. Let's see if he waves. Hell yeah, he waved. What's up? So the R6, right? Anyways, yeah, I had problems with it. With the R6. Yeah, I won't get too into detail of it, I guess. But there was problems with that bike, right? And I just decided to you know, sell it. I was tired of messing with it again, so I got rid of the R6. Probably only owned that bike for like, I don't know, 2 months, maybe something like that. In between there, it had like, you know, a couple little pit bikes and like a Chinese Grom clone, you know, kind of fun to bop around on and stuff in the meantime. But I was ready for like another, you know, real motorcycle. And a friend of mine was riding this at the time, this bike. So I just offered him a cash price. I was like, hey man, this much for the Blackbird. And he thought about it for a second and eventually he said yes. Anyways, so I knew I liked the bike, right? I knew he had been riding it around for a long time with like no issues, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've seen this bike come out of his garage every spring, you know what I mean, ready to rip, oil change, some lube on the chain, new tires, it's good to go, you know. So that's how I ended up with this one. And to be completely honest, this bike with 50,000 miles has been the most reliable, one of the most reliable vehicles in general I've ever owned. I've never had the engine not crank over. You know what I mean? Like, it's been amazing. It's been amazing. Keep the battery on a tender in the winter, you know, and pull her out, fresh fluids, she's good to go. What this bike is, by the way, it's a 2000 Honda CBR 1100 XX, the Super Blackbird, if that is not a long enough name for you. So I see that a lot of people do take these bikes to higher mileage, and I know a lot of people take a lot of bikes to higher mileage, especially Hondas. I don't know, it's just a thing. Oh, fun story time. So when I first got this bike, there was like a little leak in the front tire, and I stupidly was, you know, still riding it. So I put some air in the tire and I went for a ride in this, and it blew out. Luckily I did not go down. Yes, it did blow out while I was moving. I was going pretty fast. I don't know how I didn't go down. I don't know. It was super scary. I was on the interstate in a big city, and it, you know, just was not fun. It was not fun. So the tire, the wires shredded the radiator and like put some holes in the lines and all that. So I started pissing out all the coolant as well. And yep, so I needed to get a new radiator and some new lines and stuff like that for it. So the new radiator I got for it didn't have like the plug for the fans, you know what I mean? So I just kind of like wired them together, and now my radiator fans are on all the time, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because I think this bike does like to overheat at idle, so at least I don't have to. I kind of think that's what like this thing. What the fuck? Oh, dude, my fairing bolt came out. See, this is other 50,000 mile motorcycle stuff. Oh, no way. It really did, dude. What am I gonna do with that thing? Either way, bros, we're going to get a bagel. Bagel, 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 bagel. Bagel, bagel, bagel. Bagel, bagel, bagel. I'm going to get me a bagel. If this place is busy, I'm gonna be angry. How busy is it? How busy is it? Oh my god. It's pretty crazy busy. What are we gonna do? Woo! Big B acquired. We got ourselves a bagel in the bag, boys. Bagel in the bag. So, more 50,000 mile bike things. Now that we got the bagel, I think I've got a spot to go eat it at. Boys, I got a spot to go eat this bagel. Bagel, bagel. Some people make fun of me for the way I say it. How do you guys say it? Bagel, bagel, bagel. How do you say it? So I think I got a good spot to go eat this bagel. I got a good spot for it, boys. Well, also at the time, so like I bought the let's see, I bought the Ninja like right before COVID, I think, maybe. Yeah, I bought it in like the winter-ish, maybe like, when did I buy the Ninja? Okay, so I bought it the year before COVID. I bought it in 2018 or maybe 17, I don't know. Okay, so I bought it at least a year before COVID. All right, so yes, so that makes sense, right? I bought it like 1 year before COVID. Prices were good. You know, I got a great deal on my first bike. And then by the time I had ruined the bike, and I was ready to move on to a bigger one, the COVID prices, like the COVID market had hit, you know. So I was looking at getting, leader bikes, just on Facebook Marketplace, at dealerships, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But the prices were just crazy, bro. Crazy. Like I probably bought my first bike for like $2,000, you know what I mean? And I think that's kind of what I had in my head, is like I wanted to pay like the $2,000 to $4,000 range for a bike, but I wanted a leader bike, right? And that was I just kind of started to realize that if I wanted a leader bike, I had to change my budget or just like drop my expectations as far as like a riding, get on it and rip type bike. Sure, I could have gotten like a 300 or something for that price, but that's just what I wanted at the time, right? I wanted a leader bike. I lived like 2 hours away from, a lot of my friends and stuff like that at the time, family. So I ended up taking the interstate a lot, you know what I mean? So I really didn't want a 300 for as many miles as I was going to be putting on the interstate. That's really what it comes down to it. Otherwise, if I would have only been ripping around town, I would have got the 300. All right, so I got to remember where this is at, boys. I think it's over here. I haven't been here in years. Honestly, the last time I was here was on my first bike. It's probably been, 4 or 5 years since I've been to this spot. That guy was, he was not happy that I was back here, bro. He was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? I'm like, bruh. Oh, wait, is that where I used to go? Wait. Holy fuck, it's gone. This is it. It's just all gone. Oh my god. No way. No way. Oh, a beaver. Look at the beaver. We scared him, bros. No way, this is it. This is the spot, but it's gone. Oh my god, I haven't been here so long. They ripped it all. Holy. Wow. Wow. Blinker's been on again. How long? I don't know. Alright, so we have to find a new spot to go eat the bagel. New bagel eating spot. Could we go back there? I want to go on that sidewalk so bad. I got some bad news. It looks like I am skipping the coffee today. We just had water with the bagel. We just had water. And it was fine. It was fine. You don't need coffee every day, bros. You don't need coffee every day. Don't get too dependent on caffeine. Don't get too dependent on anything in your life, you know? How about that? Don't get too dependent on anything. Everything's always going to change. Everything always should be changing, at least, right? You don't want to stay stagnant until you get stuck. Alright, so if you enjoyed story time, getting a bagel, going for a ride, then thank you for making it this long. Alright.